Alright, so what you just saw there is what happened to me earlier when I was playing Space Harrier 2 here on the Sega Genesis Nomad. All I did, I made it to stage 3, and all I did was try to pause the game. That was it. I hit start and it did that. Dun! That's what it did. I had to turn it off back on again. I was having trouble with the Game Genie on it. Even working, I had to clean it with some Q-tips, some rubbing alcohol, and that seemed to have gotten it. I had to put it, cartridge in and out a few times, but as you can see, if I can pick this up without, you can get it super close. I'm afraid I'm going to jar it and make it mess up. But see, the Game Genie works as a pass-through. At least on these Japanese games I have, these Mega Drive games. It might work on PAL ones as well. I think it does, actually. I think I read that. I'm not 100% sure, but this is solid right here. And this is plugged into the TV. And I saw a video not long ago that someone did saying that Sega is technically the ones that invented the Switch, because it's kind of what this is. I mean, of course, you don't have the docking bay, and it's a little bit bulkier than what you would do with the Switch. And it's not bad. It's kind of the same idea. It's almost like Nintendo ripped it off. But anyway, we're not going to really get into that. But that's kind of a Switch ahead of its time. That's all I'll say about that. But this is a review on the Sega Genesis Nomad. So, when I think of it, I remember I got it for $100 back in the late 90s, probably like 98. And a month later, or actually it was over a month later, I got it from Toys R Us. It dropped down to 50 because it was knocking off the market, and I didn't know that was going to happen. And I went in to Toys R Us, and they really said they couldn't do much because I was outside of the 30 days, but they said, let's ask the manager here. Maybe he'll make an exception. He's like, $50 is just too much. And he just said, just go ahead and do it. Not a big deal, because it was falling off the market there. So I still have it. I don't have, here, let me turn this off. I don't have the battery clip to it anymore, which isn't any big disappointment. There was on the back here, there was a clip that went on there. I have the rechargeable battery somewhere. I might have thrown it away because it didn't work. I tried to charge it, plug it in, it just doesn't come on. It'll go, you can put the power cord through the charger and it'll work, but it does no good. It's the rechargeable battery, and it must have went bad is all I can think. But this thing took 6 AA's like the Sega Game Gear, and you're lucky if you got 3 hours out of them. So it's really not that portable, except the fact that you can grab it in a Genesis power adapter. I guess, I'm not sure which one it is exactly. This might be the same as the Game Gears. I can't remember on that, but here, let me take this out. But you have the cartridge slot up there, on-off switch there. Looks like on a Game Gear, that's where the power goes in, and that's where the AV cord goes in to plug it into the TV. And under here, this contrast there, and the volume and headphones go right there. That's the volume analog knob there, and put headphones in it. And that's a controller port, so you can play 2-player. More would be if you hooked it up to the TV to play 2-player, but anyway, this isn't refurbished or nothing. It's just what I had. My niece had it for years, and they were getting rid of stuff, and they just kind of gave it back to me. I was always giving her this stuff when I had it, and she always liked it and wanted it, and I let her have it. And like, if you're just gonna get rid of that, I mean, they pulled it out of a box, said, here, Sega. I said, yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it right back. I'm fine with that, and I still have it. So, here, as you can see, I had it hooked up to the TV. Let's see here. That's like the one that goes on the Genesis Model 2 right there. That went in right up here. And I'm just using I guess this is I'm not sure if this works on the Model 2 Genesis or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I have several cords. I just found one that fit, and it just plugs in right here. Of course, I can't, I have no way to even use batteries on this, but here, got 3 games I'll pop in quick. Sonic the Hedgehog. Here, let's plug that back in so you can see, because I got the TV in there. And it's coming right up. There's not much to really, go on about. You got, it's a mode button. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but there's certain games. That's the start there. That's all I ever use. There, I'll play. I'm actually looking at this. Not the best screen here. Let you see that. Be nice to have like a mod done. Yeah, there you go. It blurs up pretty good. Like a Game Gear screen, probably exactly the same kind. There you go. I like the thing. I mean, still have it, so if I ever went somewhere I could grab some Genesis games, this power adapter, and take it someplace with me if I really wanted to. Let me check that contrast there. Darken it up a little bit. Maybe a little easier to see. It was a little too bright. I'm older now, so these handhelds tend to bother my eyes a little bit. There you go. Clear the level there. Good enough for that one. Let's see. Let's go to Altered Beast. I'm only going to show 3 though, but there's Altered Beast. Actually, I think I have 2 copies of this cartridge. I just like playing Altered Beast on this a lot. I can't really see it. There you go. Yeah. It's almost like I hit that contrast there again. Easy to bump those knobs. Ouch. Trying to get that power up. Altered Beast. Altered Beast Arcade's a lot of fun. For back then, the graphics were pretty good in the arcade version. I'm gonna get this guy. Come on, give me that, give me that. There we go. Yeah. Of course, you can see it on the TV there. It's not. No, it's not the best thing in the background there, but you can see me playing it. And it just works like a Genesis on the TV. Okay. Ouch. That's what I always say when I get hit or die. Ouch. There we go. There you go. Alright. It's good enough for this game. We'll show one more original Sonic the Hedgehog. I know I did. Did I show you two? They're both not for resale cartridges. I bought on eBay several years back. I think I bought them together. Someone's happened to have both of them. you go. Sonic 2. Oh, you also have the low battery light up here. Probably if you can see it. It says low battery. That'll never come on when you're just plugged in like this. Wait a minute, I put the wrong one in. I accidentally stuck in the first one. I'm like, why am I not? That was my foul. I'm going to leave that in there. Good mistake on my part. There's Sonic 2. I was playing Sonic 1 again. Like, why was he not frickin' doing his spinny thing? I couldn't figure it out. I'm like, is something wrong with this? Can't even tell which Sonic I'm playing. This is right. Ouch. Alright. Kind of playing sloppy here. I love Sonic 2. It's a great game, and the thing I hear people say in other videos, and I didn't realize it, and I didn't notice it, but Sonic 2 was actually not the one that was meant to be the second one. Another team, I guess, developed this. Sonic CD was technically supposed to be Sonic 2. And I can see it, because this sprite of Sonic looks a little different. Sonic CD, I always thought he looked like he did in Sonic the Hedgehog, the original one. But man, they really made it confusing quick, going to Sonic CD like that, because Sonic CD is very confusing to play. The way it loops you around in that one, and the time travel and all that. But at least I'm on the right game now, not Sonic 1. I'm sure I'll be getting some comments about that. It happens though, but yeah, I cleared stage 1, and I mean, it ain't a horrible screen. It's, man, that just see if I can. There you go. The closer I got, it seemed like the worse it got. But anyway, that should about cover it. I mean, and of course I wanted to use this as the pass-through. And it didn't want to come on that time. Game Genie's giving me a problem. Try it again. Yeah, it was doing this before. That's why I left it in, so we're seeing that it did work. Now there it goes. Now is it going to go to the next screen? Yeah, went to the Codemaster screen. Man, that is a poor quality cable there that I've got. I think it froze. Try this again. It went blank. Maybe I didn't buy the cleanest Game Genie on the planet. Let's see what happens here. There it went. It did, because it didn't go down the middle. Game Genie. Put a code in if you know one. Or just pass through so you can play Space Harrier 2. Nothing wrong with Space Harrier 2. It's on the Sega Genesis Mini. I remember when I got it in the Wii's Virtual Console, like back in 2006 or 7, whenever the Wii came out. It came out almost within a couple of months of the system. Thought it was the greatest thing ever, being able to buy these games on that. And I'm kind of like, I'd just rather play them on the original consoles. Yeah, that's the Japanese version, and the Game Genie works as a pass-through, so that'd be the same as the Genesis. Anyway, that should about wrap it up. These things aren't exactly cheap. You're going to spend probably $100 on one of these on eBay. You start getting into refurbs that people have done. If you can refurbish it yourself, that'd be great. But this thing kind of sat around a lot, didn't really get played, and so none of the capacitors or anything have ever been replaced in it, and I've heard that they're prone in these things as well to go bad. But I've always taken pretty good care of this. My niece took good care of it when she had it. So anyway, as far as purchasing one, that's up to you. I mean, if you have a Genesis, there's really no need to get this at this point, unless you want to take Sega titles with you somewhere. But with everything going on, like with the Switch, they have a Genesis, what is it, like, online there. You can do that, but you're just paying to play them. You don't actually own the game, which a lot of people are fine with. But maybe it helped you decide on your decision whether you want to get this or not. I'm just going to hang on to mine. There's no reason to get rid of it. It works. And I think it was a great idea, just a little bit late when they came out with it. I wish Nintendo would have did something like this with the Super Nintendo. I mean, they have, now you can get that, what do I have it? Is it Hyperkin? I can't remember what the brand is. I think it's Hyperkin. And it works great. I don't really use it much, and it's region free, so play Japanese or I think it was Japanese and North American games, NTSC games will work on it, because I played both on it before. I may do a review on that. That's not a bad one to go over. I did the Gamers Tech 8-Bit Boy, so no reason not to do the Pocket Super Nintendo there, which it does work very good. And I'll get into that in another video. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.